Wikipedia about him. Now, Wikipedia is not all the way reliable. This is what is on. Like, if you care about your personality online, you would you would obviously want to look at what is being posted out there about you, right? So now this experience, we're going to get better with it, but let me just read this to you. Nasheed began his career as a dating expert under the pimp-like K-Flex persona before transitioning into documentary filmmaking. Many of his dating books give instructions on how to be a pickup artist. So being a pickup artist and being a man are two different things. Hello, right? Being a pickup artist and being a man are two different things. Okay, being a pickup artist is more skewed in the direction of manipulation and short-term results. Being a man, okay, or the journey of being a man of prestige is more so both short-term and long-term reward, both in terms of relating with a young lady in a romantic way, or even engaging in business conversations in real life, right? Essentially social skills, emotional intelligence for short-term results as well as long-term results. Pickup artists is more so about long-term results. So people that are pickup artists, they tend to, or they learn that kind of stuff, they tend to engage in a way to get short-term results only, and it reflects later on. A lot of them are still very, very feminine men, which is why they have a hard time retaining long-term relationships with a typical woman. All right, no shots, it is what it is. Just look at your results and then we can continue the conversation. Nasheed produced the 2011 documentary film Hidden Colors, so he's no kind of like a film producer as well. Okay, so Nasheed took issue with the LGBT branded sandwich that's been sold by supermarket chains, Marks and Spencer's, during the Pride Month. Okay, so his political rhetoric, he's loud, he's saying a lot of stuff out there, right? There's another one here that I wanted to pull up here that says a little bit more about, maybe somewhat his personality or so, you could call it that, right? Nasheed is known for his use of the term bed wench. I've never heard the term before. There's a lot of terminologies that are being used that I usually have never heard before, but I'm learning. As and you get to teach me in the comment area. Please, if I say anything that's not making sense to you, enlighten me. And that's how I also engage you, and will continue to engage the conversation. Nasheed uses the term to refer to black women who date interracially. Okay, so typically when the person has problem with interracial relationships or intertribal relationships, or they tend to show that behavior in a lot of different aspects of life. Okay, so if he has problems with interracial dating, there is a good chance, right? Thank you, Just Jay, I appreciate you. There's a good chance, right, that he will have problem with anything that crosses the line of what he can identify with. Okay, it's not just black Americans, Nigerians even do this the worst. Okay, but it's basically human. It's a human behavior, right? Whatever we identify with, if we don't have self-control, we can't tell when we start to have intertribal problems, interracial problems, when we're being racist ourselves, right? We have a hard time holding ourselves accountable. We can't see what we can't see, because that absolute filter lens is essentially what we see life with, right? And that becomes a problem in a world that we know is only moving in one direction. Everyone is mixing up. It is what it is. Okay, now with that being said, I'm also aware that the fight back and the pushback at mixing up, it's a necessary aspect of things. Okay, or necessary aspect of growth. It's growing pain. Now with growing pain, you can call it war. There's going to be casualties. That means a lot of people are going to be left hanging, not getting married, or missing out on important relationships in life, business relationships, personal relationships, a life itself, like even including relationships with your siblings, because maybe they have a different ideology in how you think and you have very low tolerance. You will tend to have this problem in every aspect. You will lack peace in your personal life, and you will tend to blame other people for that, by the way, usually. All right, so let's keep it a buck. So that's who Tariq Nasheed is. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back and play some of. So I want to play a couple more clips. Let's go ahead and share that. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so all right, I'll come back. So there was there's a battle of foreigners, not necessarily Nigerians. Nigerians were like Indians. We're like everywhere. We're like Chinese people, right? The only problem is that we're black. Not the fact that we're black, but we carry the curse. We love the fact that we're black. Of course, I am black and proud, right? I'm not one of those people that say black culture is trash. Please, I don't say that. It's a ridiculous statement from an Anton Daniels, who is actually an authority in this space, okay? But that's his opinion. I can respect his opinion. The other thing about opinions is that people, again, personalities are involved. So I can bash the talking point. I can't bash the person, because some of my opinions may be flawed too. Remember, I told you I may tend to talk from both sides of my mouth sometimes, because naturally I can see the good in everything. We need an Anton Daniels in this space to keep the foot on the neck of the men that tend to be in their feminine in every conversation in the name of being masculine. I am one of those people, and I intend to keep my foot on the neck of feminine men, because it's not conducive for the society that we still live in right now. We need men to be in their masculine. What that means in a lot of ways is that you have to have self-control, even when a woman is triggering you. Okay, a woman will always shit test you. It is what it is. Like, stop bitching around social media about that. We're going to talk more about that. Okay, now when I say this directly to most men that are in this space, when I say it directly to them, they tend to want to overtalk me. I don't have the bandwidth for overtalking. I just don't. I don't have time for it. I'm running businesses. I'm busy. So what I can do is create this platform where people that wants to learn can come and start learning and stuff like that. Now, if somebody wants to engage me, a few people have engaged me in this space, and they do a good job at it, including the lead attorney, including even Anton Daniels, including JR from Lapif Network, including the Sir Hales of this world, right? Sir Hales, shout out to you, by the way, is the second most biggest supporter here. So thank you, Sir Hales, right? But being able to engage is a big part of this, right? But